Everyone, Ashish Pyal here. It's fantastic to have you all here. This is Friday at 4 and we are going to talk about markets. We are going to see what's going on and how to look at markets. It's going to be amazing. और अगर आप ट्विटर फॉलो कर रहे हैं, I've been posting short videos also. Are those short videos जो लास्ट 2 दिन से मैंने पोस्ट किया has been useful? Are you people seeing it on the YouTube or on the Twitter? If you are seeing it on the YouTube or the Twitter, please let me know. And I want to also know if these short videos are useful for you all. यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा मेरा वीडियो हैंग हो रहा है. Just give me a second. Let me just check that. Are you able to hear me very clearly? Are you able to hear me out very clearly? Absolutely fantastic. तो यहाँ पर are the videos that I'm posting across the short ones, are they useful? YouTube पे मैं ये पिन कर रहा हूँ Zoom का लिंक. You can join me on the Zoom platform. यहाँ पर मैंने पिन किया है Zoom platform पे. साथ ही में WhatsApp लिंक भी शेयर कर दीजिए लोगों के साथ so that they can join me on the community. WhatsApp community पे join कर सके. It is useful. Glad to know that. Thanks a lot for the commitment and what a move it has been. अभी हुआ क्या, बात करते हैं मार्केट के बारे में. लेट अस लुक एट दैट. इट्स फैंटास्टिक टू हैव ईच वन ऑफ यू हियर. उदया, सबर्शी, रमेश, प्रशांत, नलिनी, एवरी वन ऑफ यू, सुबी, ग्लैड टू हैव यू, विवेक, बहुत सारे जन, निमित, एवरीवन, फैंटास्टिक टू हैव यू ऑल हियर. एंड यू कैन जॉइन मी ऑन द व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी और द लिंक जो यहाँ पे चैट पे शेयर किया है, यूट्यूब पे भी शेयर कर दीजिए सो दैट एवरीवन कैन जॉइन ऑन दैट. नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंड. RBI rate cut happened to the extent of 50 basis point, which is no one was expecting that to happen. Plus, not only the repo rate cut happened, but also the CRR cut happened, and also the MSF. Lot of things that took place. Now, current definition में क्या होता है, इसका मतलब क्या समझते हैं? Repo rate cut means that the interest rate that you have to pay to the bank for a loan is now down by 50 basis points. Now, eventually the banks will start cutting their interest rate. So now the interest rate will come down by 50 basis point. Not only for the loan, it will come down also for your fixed deposit. So many senior citizens who have that fixed deposit will have to now earn lesser. Not only on fixed deposit, the bonds, everything will come down because the yields are coming down if you are not already long on the bonds. There is a cut on the cash reserve ratio also. Now, cash reserve ratio mandates banks to keep certain amount of cash with themselves, with the central bank, so that in case of any kind of issues that happen, that cash reserve is still there. That has to be maintained. Now, when that is reduced, which means banks have to now maintain lesser cash reserve ratio, the percentage of it is lesser now, which means they can disperse across more loans. That is what. So these two aspects. One third aspect, which very few people are talking about, this is accompanied by the new financial year which started here, where the income tax rate has been increased to 12 lakh rupees and for nil taxation. Are you aware about it or not? And that impact is also going to be seen because the lesser TDS has been deducted on the salaried employees TDS who are there. So lesser TDS is going to be deducted. There is going to be lesser advance tax paid if you are a proprietor. So uska bhi impact aayega, which means we are going to see a flush of liquidity infusement in the economy. That's going to happen. We are going to see a huge flush of liquidity because of all of these aspects combined together. I think this is a brilliant place where we are right now. And market key. So that's about RBI action. Now, how market reacted very interestingly when the repo rate cut was announced by 50 basis point. Okay. When the repo rate cut was announced by 50 basis point, that 50 basis point repo rate cut did not result into the market going on the upside. Market बल्कि निफ्टी ऊपर गया, वहां से नीचे आया. It was later after the announcement of the cash reserve ratio that the market started now catching up both the bank nifty and the nifty. So what has happened is the movement that has come is not because of only the news or the event. It was anyways due to come. एंड वही चीज मैंने कल के वीडियो में बात की थी. आई हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट इट इन द वीडियो वेयर आई मेंशन्ड वेरी क्लियरली दैट इफ निफ्टी मैनेजेस टू ब्रेक अबाउट 24,690, 15 मिनट क्लोज अगर हो जाता है उसके ऊपर, we are headed towards 24,950 levels, and it has been a fantastic, phenomenal move that has come all the way, and more than 300 points of movement that we saw how the Nifty behaved exactly as per what time was suggesting. The morning time cycle levels also worked like magic. So the time was supposed to be buying, the breakout was supposed to be due. 24,490, 24,460 had been the final level below which things were getting messy. Nifty managed to protect that. Great news on that front. And we might be headed again towards 25,300 levels. Now, 25,300 अगर नहीं आया तो बोलना नहीं आशीष क्याल ने बोला था और लेवल नहीं आया. आई एम नॉट गॉड हियर. I am only talking to you about the markets. You have to maintain your stop loss. मार्केट का मूड अगर कल चेंज हो गया, आई विल चेंज माई स्टैंड टू बेरिशनेस. सो मेंटेन योर स्टॉप लॉस. इफ द मार्केट चेंजेस, मूड चेंजेस, change your stand. That's how it has to be done. And keep a watch on the cycles, keep a watch on price action, keep watch on patterns. And when you combine these things together, you can make like it worked out like a magic today. So what you have to do is when it is working, you ensure that you are able to make a killing. When it's not working, you ensure that you are losing less. That's how it has to be done. And it has been fantastic. आगे बढ़ने के पहले दोस्तों वापस से एक और चीज मैं बताना चाहूंगा. यहाँ पर बहुत क्लियरली हम आज खिलाड़ी नंबर 1 वाला वीक में थे. ओके. एंड ये खिलाड़ी नंबर 1 वाले वीक के अंदर वी यूज टू प्ले एवरी डे अगेंस्ट 3 competents or participants who are also giving their stocks. This week was very special, and the reason being I won again the Khiladi number 1 title on CNBC Awaaz. It has been a fabulous, and it is possible only because of your wishes, your blessings, and everything that you have given to me. यहाँ पर what very quickly I want to share it across is that 18.39% is the gain that you can see. 18.39% making in a week without leverage, using the stocks which is given by my algo stock selection scanner, जो मैंने मेरे मेंटीज को भी देके रखा है. And the other contestant was 3.29, the third one was 1.87, and that shows the methods. Many people ask me what is the proof. This is proof. 34th win on a national channel, CNBC Awaaz, Khiladi number 1 show, giving intraday stocks. Is it possible to do that without any method? And 34 times. You can win by once, twice, thrice by luck. You cannot win by for 34 times, that too by luck. So this is proof for all my Brahmastra, all my Gurukul participants, which shows यहाँ पर कि हम ये जो मेथड्स यूज कर रहे हैं दोस्तों, ये मेथड्स काम करता है, ये मेथड्स वर्क करता है. That's the proof that I'm giving it across to you. Okay, let me just move forward now, and very quickly I'm going to share across my screen. Where is my trading view gone? And I'm going to share across what's happening on the chart. I'm going to show you very clearly. कल मैंने एक चार्ट रखा था आपके सामने, ट्वीट भी किया था, और ट्विटर लिंक शेयर कर दीजिए सभी के साथ, एंड व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप भी वापस से शेयर कर दीजिए. Let me just share it across very quickly here. यहाँ पर, and if you're looking at this chart, okay, this is an indicator which is known as AK indicator at the bottom. AK indicator at the bottom, which shows yesterday it was turned on the upside, and I clearly mentioned this indicator turned up. Price action support is there. We should rally. It has to happen. Maintain a strict stop loss. If it doesn't work, at least lose less. And if it works, you will make a killing. And that's the chart. So from a neo wave perspective, if we are looking at it now, this wave D that I am marking here looks little very big in terms of the time consumption that it has taken compared to wave C. but I'm still okay to do that. यहां पर अगर वेव ई को मेजर करें, लेट मी गो ओपन ऑन एन आवरली टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट, बट लेट मी टॉक अबाउट टाइम also here. So overall, Nifty has been moving up, and this has started after the 85-week cycle low, which was formed in the month of March, April. So Nifty has been moving up precisely as per, precisely as per Neo Wave forecast, and our expectation was that wave E should begin on upside for target of 25,300. ये 25,300 कोई मैजिकल नंबर नहीं है, वो कैसे आता है, वेव पैटर्न से मेजर करेंगे, फिबोनाची देखेंगे, डिराइव करेंगे. ऑल्सो AK indicator gave a strong buy reversal yesterday. तो यहां से what is next is we will go on 1 hour chart. 15 minutes पे नहीं जाएंगे. We look at 1 hour chart and we look at certain options data. So we will be looking at that chart and options data also. If I am looking at this chart, very clearly we can see that this is the price action area. I have talked about one very important indicator that very few people paid attention to, which is known as volume profile. Okay, now if I measure volume profile पे मैं आऊंगा, if I measure this as wave A, okay, this was possibly, let me just put it across on tax 14, I'm going to put it across in red. This was possibly wave A that completed here. ओके, एंड यहां पर इसके बाद में हमारा इरेगुलर फ्लैट पैटर्न है. दिस इज नियो वेव आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, which completed wave P here. Now this wave C is very small. Usually wave C shouldn't have been that small compared to what wave A has done, and that keeps me thinking that maybe since this wave C is very small compared to wave A, this is not wave C. There is a possibility that we completed the flat corrective pattern in the form of a W. Okay, we completed the zigzag pattern and we completed an X wave up. Post that we completed a Y. You know which pattern is this? If this is a Y here and we completed a Y at the low which was formed here, I'll come to that later on. This is pure wave theory I'm teaching right now. We completed a Y over here. ये change होने को time लेता है थोड़ा, and then we completed a B here. If that has happened, if this is correct, it's going to be skyrocket move. If this is correct, it's going to be unstoppable move that we are going to see. Now how this is B. So this is the pattern that I'm looking at right now. I'll just save this layout, and there is an accumulation. There was a huge volume that took place at this point of time. The current accumulation which I see has been acceptance above the prior accumulation area, which I discussed in much detail in the previous videos also. This is a reaccumulation level is what I'm thinking. Now my view will go wrong when we need to look at that. If Nifty comes back below the low of this candle, which is 1 hour, the low is 24,670, which means 24,670 is the level. If Nifty moves below this 24,670 level here, okay, 24,670, if Nifty comes down below this level, which means that there is गड़बड़, क्योंकि इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग मूव ऊपर ब्रेक के कगार पर आके फिर रिवर्सल हो गया, मतलब गड़बड़ है. इसके नीचे स्टैंड शायद चेंज करना पड़ेगा, एंड 490 ब्रेक हो गया तो पता ही है. यहां पर ये लेवल्स मुझे मिली. टारगेट कैसे डिराइव करें? यूजुअली व्हाट यू कैन आल्सो ऑब्जर्व, द मूवमेंट ऑफ दिस एक्स वेव is what my first forecast target is going to be. So I'm going to measure it with a rectangle here. This is, I'm going to project it on the upside, okay, from the area of Y. If I do that, my target comes to around, ideally, if I do that, it is, if it's a running correction, if my view is better, if my view is correct, the running correction should give me a target of the middle X wave. This is a large X running correction, which is rare. So I'm not too convinced about what's going on now. If it manages to break that 25,100 mark, this will become a reality. So my targets on the upside of equality will open up to be 25,654. That's the target. I'm going to write it down here. 25,654. Now, with this as the target, which means that if I get any kind of a dip from here, थोड़ा भी कोई dip मिला, buy करो, around 200 point का stop loss रखो, target जो हमें मिलेगा वो around 700-800 points का मिलेगा. That is a very big positional setup that I am talking about. Looking at the overall chart, are you with me, every one of you? Are you able to see this chart? Are you able to see these levels? These levels are purely derived by looking at the concepts of नियो वेव पैटर्न्स. नाउ नियो वेव के बारे में जो लोगों ने सीख रखा है उन्हें पता है, जिन्हें नहीं पता तो दे माइट टेक अ लिटिल, they might not understand, but I'm keep a watch on the targets and those levels. So Nifty is in buy on dips. We might be starting bigger degree wave, and this is not necessarily wave C. This can be third also. I'm not going into that aggressive target, क्योंकि होगा क्या, कल अगर नीचे आ गया तो आप बोलोगे ये सब चलता ही नहीं. I want to be little conservative with you. I have lot of other probabilities in mind, but this looks to be a way conservative target. We might be starting bigger degree wave C on upside for target of 25,300, which is going to be 50% of the move. अगर ये पूरा पूरा नहीं आया, इसका 50%, 61.8% अगर हम देखेंगे, this is 61.8% of the move. So 25,300 becomes 61.8% of the move, and followed by 25,654. This is invalidated below 24,670, which I'm going to keep a closely watch for the coming week. Okay, that is very clear. And are you with me, every one of you? So this is how we are looking at the levels. This is how we are looking at the charts. And यहाँ पर इस levels और charts को देखने के बाद ये view बनता है. Now, one important aspect that I told you for everyone that should not be missed is on the basis of, and people who are there on YouTube, do ensure that you are joining me on the Zoom platform. ये clarity आपको ज़्यादा मिलेगी अगर आप Zoom पे देख रहे हो. And do not forget to like and subscribe the channel. Now, along with this, one very important parameter that you should not ignore is volume. पूरे week में अगर मुझे ये जीतना था गेम शो खिलाड़ी नंबर 1, the most important parameter that I looked at is volumes. Volume, and volumes. Sudipto, it's some time. I'm seeing you after some time here, after a long time, I think, on the chat, on the Zoom platform. So यहाँ पर volumes play a very, very vital role. Now, how to look at volumes? Volumes, you should not be looking at it like any other way, but volumes you should be looking at volumes in the form of volume profile. Profile helps us to understand what's happening at what level. So let me share that volume profile here very quickly. Everyone, are you able to see the volume profile here? So what is interesting to see? What is interesting to see? The point of control has now shifted significantly at 24,790. Can you see that? This is futures chart. This is futures, which is 24,650, 670 levels जो हमने derive किया spot पे. Are you able to see this point of control chart, guys? So the point of control has shifted sharply at this level. Okay, sharply at this level. And the other point of control, which was earlier, was at 24,460. Now 24,460 was one. 24,790 is other, which is around 660, 690 on the spot chart. And that's the level. And this level volume is much bigger. This volume is much bigger than the volume which happened during the crash here, during a lot of volatility. It is the highest volume profile since the rally started. That is something major. I'm going to be discussing about in much detail about this volume profile concepts tomorrow and day after tomorrow 7th 8th June in our options मंत्र program. उसके बारे में हम इस वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल को बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे. लेकिन फिलहाल मैं आपको बता रहा हूं मेजर 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 volume has happened in this range. It's a huge volume that has taken place. If you look at it, huge volume that has taken place in this area. Something major happened when everyone was sleeping, when everyone was not seeing the market, when everyone was frustrated. Someone has been doing some major exercise. Look at this. Look at this. Someone was doing something major in this kind of a movement, and we'll be looking at it in much detail. So what I am trying to say is people are forgetting the fact that और ये volume profile को कितने data पे देखना है, क्योंकि profile will keep changing as you change the data. So how much of data that you have to look at, how much of chart you have to consider plays a very important role when you're looking at these volume profile charts. Okay, that's very crucial. So you'll have to look at a chart which show us substantial data in this up move right now is what I can say very clearly. Are you with me, every one of you? And this can be a P-shaped profile as far as this chart is concerned as of now. Does it answer your question? So Nifty volume profile shows major activity has taken place near 25,000. 25, this is futures level. So I'm going to talk about, if I look at, not 25,000, I'm so sorry, 24,728 levels. You know what is 24,728? 24,728 level, which is also a GAN level. Fantastic, Rupanjan, Subi, every one of you. So it's a GAN level, Balbir Pushkaraj, Bilkul. So which is also a GAN level. Now, why 24,728 worked out to be the major area of volume profile? God knows. It works. That's the magic of GAN. That's the magic of the magnet. It is the magic of the magnet. And that's how it works. So the 24,728 is the GAN level where the major accumulation happened. And the next GAN level is going to be at, do you know what is the next GAN level? 25,361. Fantastic, Ravi. Rohit Verma, fantastic. 25,361 is the next GAN level. So you have to understand these simple aspects of trading when you're looking at it, especially if you are an options trader. It is very crucial. तो हम करेंगे क्या दोस्तों, इसके साथ में ओपन इंटरेस्ट प्रोफाइल भी देखना है. ओपन इंटरेस्ट प्रोफाइल shows that 25,000, let me just put that across to you. 25,000 call sellers have not given up yet. 25,000 call sellers have not yet given up. मतलब अगर गड़बड़ होनी है तो यही लेवल से होनी है. अगर कल डायरेक्टली गैप डाउन हो गया और ये लेवल ब्रेक हो गया तो रीलुक एट एवरीथिंग व्हाट्स हैपनिंग. लेकिन अगर गलती से कल गैप अप होके 15 मिनट निफ्टी ने अगर सस्टेन कर लिया and it's going to be exceptional. Okay, reading your book, simply amazing, exceptional. Thank you very much. So we will be looking at that. I need to see 25,060 on the spot levels to be taken out. Kal matlab Monday ho gaya, of course. 25,060 to be taken out for the next short covering trigger towards 25,300. I'm optimistic we will achieve that, optimistically achieving that, but stop loss लगा के काम करना है दोस्तों. 100% short नहीं होता है मार्केट में. I can be biased, I can be wrong. You need to apply your own strategy. I'm just reading out the charts, what I'm seeing on the screen here. And Bank Nifty, what a move. यहाँ पर हम clear देख सकते हैं. And it has been fantastic. It has been amazing. So the strategy is still the buy on dips. It depends on your risk reward. If you're looking at positional trade, better risk reward is on dips. If you're looking at intraday, then gap up होने दो, sustain करने दो. ट्वीट मैं करूंगा, ट्विटर को फॉलो करते रहो एंड you will be seeing some major things happening. So that's how you have to look at it. So guys, I before I move forward, I want to also understand how many of you are here with me for the Trishul program, the Brahmastra participants who are going to be there for tomorrow and day after, options mantra जो हमारा होने वाला है, वो कौन कौन है यहाँ पर? Thanks for holding our hands, Nalini. Always a pleasure. Nalini is a mentee, and the Twitter guidelines are simply fabulous, fantastic. और जो लोग नहीं है, डायरेक्टर साहब, हमारे पास में थोड़ी सीट्स कुछ बाकी है क्या? किन्हें अगर त्रिशूल रजिस्टर करना है या खाली ऑप्शंस मंत्रा रजिस्टर करना है, अगर है तो लिंक शेयर कर दीजिए. मे बी दे कैन ज्वाइन इन. इफ देर आर फ्यू सीट्स दैट आर रिमेनिंग, यू कैन look at the link. Register for options mantra program, which is starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. So how do you have to prepare? There is a pre-session video that you have to go through it. And once you go through the pre-session video, you'll have to then understand the basics of the options. We are going to look at in these 2 days historical charts. I'm not going to be discussing the live charts. I'm going to discuss historical charts. मेरे पास एक साल पहले का भी options data है, which I'm going to show it across, including the most important part is the IV chart. Implied volatility के बारे में मैं आपको बताऊंगा, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. बिकॉज ऑप्शंस को अगर अभी ट्रेड करना है आपको, इट कैन नॉट बी डन विदाउट लुकिंग एट इम्प्लाइड वॉल. इम्प्लाइड वॉल हैज क्रैश्ड. पुट कॉल्स का आईवी क्रैश हो चुका है. लेकिन ऐसे टाइम में जहां आईवी क्रैश हो रहा है, अभी तक इवेंट्स थे तो आईवी बढ़ा हुआ था, ऐसे टाइम में जहां आईवी क्रैश हो रहा है, आपको क्या करना चाहिए, ऑप्शंस को कैसे ट्रेड करना चाहिए, हाउ यू हैव टू प्ले ऑन द ऑप्शन बाइंग साइड, ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस. ऑप्शन मंत्रा की लिंक भी शेयर कर दीजिए डायरेक्टर साहब सभी के साथ में. एंड शशि कुमार, आप ब्रह्मास्त्र ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, फैंटास्टिक. the gain level on the downside is 24,728 and यहाँ पर शशि कुमार कह रहे सर, I've watched your webinars. I'm a part of Trishul. Your webinar and Gurukul has changed my perspective. Thank you very much. Glad to know, Shashi, कि it has changed your perspective completely about the markets. I'm glad to know that. So fantastic, guys. Link share की मैं एक quick poll भी ले लेता हूँ. कौन कौन है मेरे साथ में इस there is a poll of, I'm just going to take a very quick poll. There is an untitled poll also. Please remove this kind of polls which are not titled. I don't know. Anyways, so ये poll मैं ले रहा हूँ आप लोगों के साथ में. Trishul is options mantra which is starting tomorrow, plus Elliott wave videos, plus Sutra of waves which is neo wave. So is SOW's Sutra of waves which is about neo wave. So options mantra, Elliott wave and neo wave, ये तीनों का कॉम्बिनेशन होता है त्रिशूल प्रोग्राम. साथ में त्रिशूल मेंबरशिप भी है. वो इफ यू आर पार्ट ऑफ त्रिशूल, यू विल नो दैट, एंड यू कैन बी अ पार्ट ऑफ टुमारो एंड डे आफ्टर. ये क्विक पोल है. Fantastic, guys. I think it's amazing, and there are some people who are asking questions. Sir, what about बैंक निफ्टी? बैंक निफ्टी के बारे में हम डिस्कस करेंगे कल. We'll discuss that. Session is going to start at 10 a.m. Be there. We'll have 10 to 4. There will be breaks in between. Also, after these 2 days, there will be recording, which I'm going to give it across to you. You will be going through that recording, and you will be given access to traders community where you will be posting your charts, your learning, any doubts that you have. We'll be looking at options. So हम क्या क्या करने वाले options मंत्र में? For everyone who are a part of Trishul or Brahmastra, I'm just explaining you that we are going to be Bharat ko please drop your number, Bharat. My team will call you up. You have been a part of Trishul program, and I'll just check that. I'll note down, and you will get a call back from my team, and they will help you out with all the formalities and details. So what we are going to do? We are going to look at how to use option as a buying tool. Okay, बाइस पर्सपेक्टिव से कैसे सिंपल सा स्ट्रेटेजी बना के हमारा जो लॉस हो रहा होगा अगर ऑप्शन में, कैसे उसे हम प्रॉफिटेबल कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? इज इट पॉसिबल टू डू दैट? पहले तो वो देखेंगे. एंड इफ पॉसिबल देन हाउ टू डू दैट, वो देखेंगे. सेकेंडली, वी विल सी सम कॉन्सेप्ट्स अबाउट व्हेन द वोलेटिलिटी, अबाउट इम्प्लाइड वॉल, व्हेन इट इज फॉलिंग, हाउ डू यू हैव टू प्लेस योरसेल्फ फॉर ऑप्शन बाइंग. मतलब हाउ डू you hedge yourself against that falling IVs. We will be looking at momentum indicator like KST. KST is a brilliant momentum indicator जिसको हम यूज करेंगे ऑप्शंस मंत्र में कल परसों में. We will combine option buying and selling with an indicator known as super trend. We'll use super trend. Then we'll look at open interest profile, and not only on Nifty, Bank Nifty. We'll be looking at on historical stock charts also. उस पे हम देखेंगे. And we'll be combining कि stocks के अंदर कैसे strategy बनाना. And it's not necessarily only for options. You can also do that on stocks. Cash stocks पे भी आप कर सकते हो. Options में करना ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. प्लस उसको सारे को कंबाइन करके केल्टनर चैनल पे डायरेक्ट ऑप्शन चार्ट पे विदाउट ग्रीक्स कैसे ट्रेड निकालना है, मतलब कैसे निकालना है. कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं करेंगे. डायरेक्टली कौन से ऑप्शन को बाय करना है, आईटीएम, ओटीएम, हाउ डू वी मेक दैट आउट, हाउ डू वी रिमूव दैट ग्रीक. ये सारी चीजें को ये सारी चीजों को हम देखेंगे. एंड ये सारी चीजों को कंबाइन करके हम ट्रेड सेटअप बनाएंगे जो एक्सपायरी डे के लिए काम होगा. If you are as a full-time trader want to quit your job, how to go about it. If you are already parallelly working and generate that parallel source of income, how to go about it. What is the risk aspect of it. कोई भी चीज रिस्क के बिना नहीं आती है. रिस्क है तो इश्क है. So it comes along with the risk. So we'll understand what's the risk that you are dealing with, and then we'll be looking at how to look at go charting platform for plotting these across. So बहुत सी systematic way से we'll be looking at it. There will be Q&A session. All of those things are going to be a part of it. So आज के लिए दोस्तों इतना ही. मिलेंगे कल के दिन में. It's going to be lovely talking to you all. एंड जाते जाते फिर से खिलाड़ी नंबर 1 ये वीक में मैं फिर जीत चुका हूं, नियरली द 34th टाइम. द नेक्स्ट वीक आई एम अगेन प्लेइंग खिलाड़ी नंबर 1 ऑन CNBC आवाज. दैट्स द प्रूफ इट एक्चुअली वर्क्स. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful time. Become a wonderful trader. Ashish Kyal signing off.